What is self-regulated learning and how does it relate to MOOCs? In this video, we'll seek answers to these questions. Let's begin. Like we've said before, learning rather than instruction, individuality rather than one-fits-all approach has gained importance nowadays. The current understanding of learning promoting 21st century skills is characterized as CSSC, which is constructive, situated, self-regulated, and collaborative. In self-regulated learning, individuals are metacognitively and motivationally and behaviorally active participants in their own learning process. In other words, the major characteristics of self-regulated learners are that they manage study time well, set higher immediate learning targets which they monitor more frequently and accurately. They also set higher standards before they are satisfied. They demonstrate more self-efficacy and persistence despite obstacles. How is self-regulated learning different from other types of learning? Self-regulated learning theories of academic achievement are distinctive from other accounts of learning and instruction. Self-regulated learning theories put emphasis on how students select, organize or create advantageous learning environment for themselves and on how they plan and control the form and amount of their own learning. Why is this important? Self-regulated learners will be able to create a learning environment that focuses on the centrality of learning. A self-regulated learning perspective on learning and achievement is distinctive and it has profound implications for the way course facilitators interact with learners and the manner in which learning is organized institutionally. This perspective shifts the focus on education analysis from learners' learning ability and environments as fixed entities to their personally initiated processes and responses designed to improve their ability and their environments for learning. The learning and achievement of disadvantaged learners can be improved significantly by focusing on self-regulatory skills. So, what is the relationship between self-regulated learning and MOOCs? Massive open online courses require individual learners to be able to self-regulate their own learning and determine when and how they engage. Furthermore, MOOCs attract a diverse range of learners, each with different motivations and prior experience. Let me explain with an example. A study examining the differences in behavior between MOOC participants classified them as having high overall self-regulated learning scores and those with low overall scores. In the study, it was seen that there were differences between how learners with high overall self-regulated learning scores and low overall self-regulated learning scores conceptualized the learning environment of the MOOC. Distinctions were detected between formal, certification-oriented participation, where learning was primarily centered on the MOOC, which was reflected in low self-regulated learning scores, versus non-formal, professional development-oriented participation, where learning was centered on the utilization of knowledge in real-world contexts, which was reflected in high self-regulated learning scores. The unique characteristics of MOOCs, their massive scale, their openness, flexibility, and their online setting help learners regulate their learning environment. Given the diverse background of learners and the egalitarian mission of MOOCs to open up education for all, understanding how to support learners with different dispositions and abilities is critical. The diversity of learners participating in MOOCs leads to a range of learning motivations and goals, not all of which are focused on traditional measures of educational success. Thus, it is necessary to question whether we should focus on certificates at all. For this reason, measurement of learning in a MOOC must move beyond extrinsic or formative measures to also examine the intrinsic motivations and personal outcomes by which learners measure their own learning. Therefore, gathering empirical evidence on new forms of capturing, measuring, and assessing learning that are specific to the MOOC context is critical. In this video, we try to seek answers to the questions of what self-regulated learning is and how it relates to the MOOCs. If you're ready, why don't you move on to the next activity?